Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today in this video I'll be taking a look at the wave count on some of the major currency pairs and also some of the minor ones, and also some of the exotics if there are any. So we'll be looking at full scale opportunities that are there in the market, and I'm going to try as much as possible to break down the market in the best possible way, and also give you some of the lessons about the Elliott wave concept too. Okay, so here is another one here, and we spoke about in the channel also here on Euro AUD. Okay, so this was actually when price was trading in here, and I did speak about this when price was trading from around here, and we had Euro AUD trading around the 23.6 fib retracement. That's from the swing high here around the July high right there, and we had price dropping into the August low. Okay, so we spoke about that. If you take about the Fibonacci retracement area, there you can be seeing that around the 23.6 is actually okay. Okay, so which I said that is okay for price to react around the 23.6 area, but may not be a good reversal area. Price could also want to test 38.2. okay, so that area there around 38.2 is also very good and also important area that price could also bounce off before reversing. Okay, but however price did reject 23.6, but it wasn't really a good area for me to start looking for opportunities, and that's why I did send out that notification there on that channel right there. Okay, so we're going to be seeing some more price movements here, and one of the reasons why I looked at that was one of the setups which I saw here. So I'm going to share with you right now on that setup right here. Okay, and let's see why I spoke about that. Okay, so we had some other setups right here which we did in the past here. So I'm looking at an a contraction here, so sort of maybe end of wave pattern, some sort of structures here. But for those of you that are actually looking at some sort of patterns such as AB equals CD, okay, for those of you that are looking at this kind of pattern here as AB, okay, CD, all right, you can be looking at that pattern right there. Let me just go ahead, feel that line up. Okay, so I can feel this. Okay, I think I can feel this. Okay, but I think I can make it a little thicker. Okay, in terms of line there. Okay, so we could be looking at a possibility that price could create an ABCD structure. That price could also move to the side. Okay, so for those of you that are actually looking at this structure here, also you could be looking at testing retracement areas 61.8 in terms of the reversal for this kind of formation here. For those of you that are looking at that formation right there, okay, that's a very good target area. But for here, I'm not going to be looking at this one here, but I'm going to be looking at the Elliott wave as it should be. Okay, so one of the things I did was I looked at this end of wave structure, and I did my analysis, and I pointed out that this is where I want to take my retracement from. Okay, so from this high here to this low here, I want to take my retracement areas from, and I'm going to target the 38.2 first to see what happens here. So in the bid to the upside here, I'm not going to be doing anything for this one here, but I'm going to wait for price to hit the 38.2 on its own and give me some valid entries for either a sell or some sort of formation here that could actually create to me that price is indeed ready to continue to the side. Okay, so if price would actually make a move to this area here and then hit on this area, then create some sort of formation here of some sort of zigzag, I think I want to wait at a very good high right here for or we're using the buy stop. Okay, using the buy stop, and I could be hit and then I continue upside. Okay, so I'm not going to be in any hurry to take a trade of this one. Rather, I'm going to have to still wait for some sort of validation and also confirmations for this one here. So let's take another one here on GBP JPY. So these are some of the currency pairs which I looked at previously. Okay, with you guys, and also one of those ones we also here. So I looked at the alternative wave count for this one here, but for the very first wave count here, which we did before previously, and this was our entry point that we were looking at an ABC corrective pattern here, as you can see nicely. So this was actually our ABC corrective pattern here, and I did expect that whatever happened here that we're looking at WXY here. So let me just go ahead and bring that up just nicely so you guys can see. We're looking at WXY here, all right, and I looked at that, and that was also what I looked at there, and I looked at the breakout here. So I looked at the retracement area here for this breakout, which was 61.8, and that was area was also hit, and then price reversed of some sort to the downside. Alternatively, we looked at an alternative wave count for this one as well. I'm gonna go over take this one out first, and okay, I'm going to leave it there. So I'm going to look at alternative wave count here. What could be the alternative wave count? We looked at an ABC and some sort of structures here that should have created a and WX, then maybe Y down there. Okay, because I was looking at these. Okay, so let's point out that alternative wave count then. It's there on the channel, so you can go check it out. Okay, it's on the channel here. So we looked at possible C here. So this could have been my possible ABC for an A, then B 1 2 3 4 5 for a C. We're looking at an ABC. All right, so then we looked at an X wave here that should have sent price back to Y leg, and then we looked at the continuation to the upside because the overall degree trend was to the upside. Okay, so we looked at more of upside possibilities than downside. So in this one here, I think this 61.8 Fibonacci actually played out nicely. However, price actually dropped back into 78.6 just a little bit before then creating this push to the upside here. Okay, so I'm looking at a possibility that if I'm going to take this out first. Okay, so I'm going to look at possibility that things could just as well change. Okay, so what could change for this one here? One of the things that could change here is that price have stayed too long inside this area here. So if you look at possibly these areas here that price have also been inside, okay, we can say that price has been more of contracting here for some time, all right, rather than trending. All right, so the price have contracted for some time here, and if you go ahead take out this one here, take out this one here now. Okay, so that was also seen clearly that we could see that price have also created some sort of an A, B, C, maybe a D, maybe an E here, could also be an entry point. Then we could look for the next breakout to upside. Okay, so looking at breakout upside here, this is going to be very, very important as well. And as well, we should be looking at targets. Okay, so targets are very much important as entries. All right, let's look at some target areas here which we could look out for. I like to look at target areas across different time frames. Okay, so different time frames here. It's best to look at target areas here. Okay, all right, so let's look at first on a different time frame. Before we take that target area, let's look at what happened here first. Okay, so what went down here was some sort of rejection of patterns. Okay, so for those of you that actually know this plan or this trade plan here, sometimes it could actually form as an ABC corrective pattern here, but this is rejection of a drop here. So I talked about this many times also with you guys about rejection of drops, what it looks like, how it's formed, and also possible target areas there. Okay, one of the target areas we could look at for a rejection of a drop could be 127. all right, that was also triggered at 161.8. It's another level that we could look out for in order for price to hit. Okay, so let's go over to a daily time frame. On a daily time frame here, okay, so we're going to be looking at multiple targets area. You guys know that I like to target the wick area. Okay, the wicks. Okay, so we have lots of wicks. If I zoom in just a little bit, you can see where the wicks area are. Okay, so we have one rejection here of the wick area here, and we have another one. All right, so let's look at this other one. Okay, so that wasn't triggered. I'm gonna hover shift this a little bit here to this one here. So this wasn't triggered here. For those of you that are looking for multiple targets here and actually love opening multiple positions, well, you can as well look to target multiple areas first, and that's going to be a tip one. All right. Let's take a look at possible entry point. Let's look at possible exit point, and let's look at drawing an assessment of what we should be doing with this one here. So we looked at 61.8 first, and let's look at it. Okay, so for 61.8 here, all right, so just below 78.6 is where you want to put your stop loss, and you want to target this extreme here, so we can actually working out a 1:2.76 risk to reward trade. Okay, so you can look at that for a TP1. Okay, and subsequently you can look at other TPs as well. Okay, to bag. Okay, as well. All right, so let's look at the next one here. What we should be looking out for in the week, and how we should plan our trade and then trade that plan. All right, so let's look at this one here. First of all, you guys know that when I'm looking at taking my trades, I like to look at previous areas, what happened, okay, what makes the most sense, and how will I look to capture on those positions there. Okay, first, remember guys, we're looking at an ABCDE structure here, which created a W here, X here, Y here, and we looked at 127 extension here, which was triggered nicely, and then price bounced off that zone. Okay, so here, if price is bouncing off this zone, okay, in an ABC corrective pattern that we did have some sort here, let me show you guys here, because these patterns here are things that I take into consideration a lot. Okay, so I take it into consideration many times when I'm doing the wave count. If you go over to the 4-hourly time frame, whenever I'm doing the wave count, these are patterns I take into considerations a lot. Okay, so if you look at this from a different time frame, you can as well see that this is actually end of wave. Okay, so this formation here is end of wave. All right, so you look at this 5-wave move down there, you can see 5-wave move, and it pushed it upside. That completed that formation here. So here this was complete. It can see triggered one. Okay, so that was nicely done. So you can see here is triggered nicely. You can see that is triggered there, so you can expect another push to the upside here, and that actually came in place. Okay, so let's look at other possibilities here. Are we going to be looking at a scenario that we could be having another drop down? Yes, there could be. Okay, so this is what we're going to be working out for. One of the things I point out to traders is when you're looking at price formation or a formation of a pattern, okay, you should not look at it as something that is 100% guaranteed, okay, that it will happen, it must happen. Okay, there is every likelihood of price changing due to news related catalyst, or this some sort of thing that could also go wrong. Okay, price could change as a result of maybe news or some sort of things, events happening. Okay, some sort of statements. It could be a pre-news that is on a calendar, or just not news on the calendar. So it could be some sort of statement from some sort of governor, from central bank. Okay, so making these statements and price just changing or shifting off its original setup, which actually price would have actually followed. Okay, so these also price formations, structures formations are as a result of the general feeling of the market participants. Okay, so whatever the market participants are doing, how they are feeling, that's the very first step of technical analysis, and price tends to react, okay, as a result of that. Okay, and some of the things could also be in place, and price could also continue showing some sort of formations as well, changing formations, also new formations developing within a structure. So you can as well have this at the back of your mind there. Okay, so let's look at this as one we should be looking at first, and we could look at alternative wave count as well. So looking at this as end of wave, we looked at Y leg here. Okay, so one of the things or territories that we should be looking at for a retracement should have been 61.8. Okay, so this is area which I was looking out for a target. Okay, so today, and I was looking at it for a target today. So price did hit this area previously yesterday and also back into this area again. But if I do point that out to you that when price was back into the zone, it was actually in a channel here. Okay, so this was sort of corrective pattern, and I would say that there could be a great chance that we have developed more into downtrend rather than price hit the zone and then react of the zone. Okay, so this is there's a great possibility that we might be working out a different wave count. Let's look at a possibility that price could have hit some sort of areas before bouncing off. Let's look at it. Okay, so we've just exceeded the 38.2 in here. Okay, for this one here, so it's best to wait for more price developments. Okay, so ahead of the current trading day, all right, ahead of the current trading day, today is Wednesday. We're looking at 31st of August, so we're going to be looking at Wednesday. We have ADP non-farm employment change, so that is going to also have a very strong bearing as to where this is going to move to. So best you don't be in a hurry to take any trade off this level here until after the news. Okay, so the news is going to be as a catalyst into moving price into the new direction where price is, where the market or the large players expect price to move into. Okay, so we don't want to be doing anything in a hurry. We just have to wait for this news and then trade that news. All right. Okay. All right, so I'll be there back also in the channel to give you guys more insight as to the developments that are also there in the market as new price actions develop. But the other piece which I'm looking out for and also watching closely, one of those it's also I'm also looking at USD Okay, so let me just quickly take a quick look with you guys on USD. Okay, what is going on with that currency pay? I think that currency pay has a very strong chance of still continuing to the upside. Okay, I think it might just continue to the upside here, having broken out of this structure here today. All right, so having broken out of this bullish flag here and then made a push to the upside here, unless price hits the zone and reacts around the zone during the Asian session. If price hits and reacts of the zone in the Asian session, I think there might be a great chance that price could further continue downside. But anything other than that, we might actually be seeing price move into 139 and also beyond one more time. Okay, after that breakout there. All right. All right. So on the USD MXN here, I'm still looking at more upside possibilities for the MXN. So I'm going to share that in the group with you guys as well. So let's stay in tune and then let's wait for more price development. But I think this is going to still be strong overall. Okay, it's going to be still strong overall. So it's best to continue seeing what price is going to be doing with respect to new price developments. But I think there's still a great chance of bearishness still coming in for other currency pairs against USD. Okay, so see you next time. Please, if you're new to this channel, I wish that you subscribe to this channel and also hit the thumbs up button. That's going to help and also encourage me more into making more educational videos such as this one here. So see you on the next video, and I love you.